You could have this fully automatic shotgun Orion in under 2 hours, and here's how. So to start, you will need to unlock this shotgun, and this is done by going to the battle pass and clicking on this section here. Now, unlike usual where you need to use battle pass tokens, you're actually required to complete 5 different shotgun challenges. Get 10 ADS kills, get 10 hipfire kills, get 10 headshot kills, get 10 one-shot kills, and then finally you'll need to get 30 point blank kills. The quickest and easiest way of doing this is to jump into shipment 24/7 and use a class like this. The Bryson 800 is arguably the easiest shotgun to use, and here is the tunings that I use, so feel free to pause. If you find yourself struggling with the hipfire or the point blank kills, then here is a hipfire build that you could try using instead. Also, the KV broadside is a very good option, but as you can see, I haven't really unlocked it or used it, so I don't have a gun setup. Once unlocked, you won't need to click the battle pass at all, it should automatically unlock. Load into shipment once again, but this time we're looking for a certain game mode called grind. Before loading into a game, you can check which game mode you're about to play by moving over to create a class and looking in the top right. This is the symbol that you're looking for. Once you've loaded into grind, you're going to focus on collecting these tags and then banking them in the bank zones here. As you can see, I'm collecting a lot of XP bonus for not doing very much, and you'll also want to remember to add them double XP tokens, as this is going to speed up the process. When it comes to the basic challenges, you shouldn't have any issues with any of these, so I'm not going to waste your time. If you are struggling with the gold challenge, which is getting 3 kills without dying, and you're starting to get bored or frustrated, then I would suggest switching to quick play and playing the game mode 10v10. Try sticking to the smaller maps and playing it a little slower. So once the weapon is maxed out, this is the class setup I used, and there is a couple of options you can change. But first off, I went with this muzzle here purely because we get all of these pros, and none of these cons matter purely because we won't be aiming down sight. Next up, we've gone for the larger barrel, and that's to help with that bullet velocity, damage range, and we've also got hipfire accuracy here, which is what we'll be doing. Now the laser, I know a lot of people won't like this one because the laser is visible at hip, but it does give us the biggest benefit at hipfire and also gives us some sprint to fire. Now if you hate the fact that the laser is visible at hip, you can use this laser here, which is very similar. It's not quite as good, but then no one can see that you've got the laser on. Now you have a choice here also. You can either go for the Pro Mag, which is going to give us that sprint to fire speed, but I went with the grip as I believe it gives you the bigger sprint to fire advantage, and that's what we're looking for. Now lastly, I've gone with a pineapple, and that's purely to help with that recoil control and hipfire accuracy. Other people might not worry about that because you can control it by just clicking or even going to the semi-auto trigger. Now this is going to add damage, but you do have to do the clicking yourself. So if you've got a trigger finger, this could be a very good option. When it comes to long shots, you have 2 very good options. The first is to stay in shipment, as you can see here. Only 12.5 meters is required, so just using the 4 corner boxes as cover and waiting for the enemies is a simple but effective method. The other option is to go into hardcore domination or hardpoint and pick people off across the map. As you can see here how easily achievable this is with the range of this shotgun. So here is the long shot build that I went with. Remember, if you've skipped to this point, I don't mind at all. All I ask is you hit the like button for the algorithm and smash that sub button if you want to see future class setups like this. But we've gone with the long range muzzle and the long range barrel yet again. Now we've gone with the rear grip as this gives us the best recoil control and also the 12 gauge slugs as this is going to give us that long range capability. The final option is completely down to you. You could go for an optic and I would go for something like the Schlager 3.4. I really like that sight. Or I would go to trigger action and pick this semi-auto trigger here. It isn't going to do too much because damage isn't important. It's a one shot anyway. But it's just going to make that recoil easier if you can single fire rather than holding down your finger. Now we're on to the final challenge, which is Polyatomic, and there isn't much to say here. You're just going to want to jump into shipment, use the best class that I showed you earlier, and aim for the head as much as possible. Hopefully this video has helped you. I've tried to run through everything as quickly as possible, but let me know if you felt it was a little bit too quick. Good luck with getting Orion, and I'll see you in the next one.